what are the time periods for a puppy when they're growing up, like as they start to learn how to deal with the world? I know you've talked about there's like 1 to 3 months they're doing, that's the fear imprinting period. I don't know if I remember that right. And then 3 to 6 months is something else?
Yeah, well, the critical period for dogs, puppies in general, is the fear imprint period. That's generally when things go wrong leading into the socialization period. So it's most important during the fear imprint period that puppies are with other dogs. They have to experience the hierarchy amongst the pack that they live with. Otherwise, how are they going to be able to socialize with dogs from different walks of life?
And what time frame is that?
From the socialization period to the fear imprint, and from the fear imprint period to the socialization period, which is from 5 to 12 weeks, and then from 12 weeks to 6 months.
So 5 to 12 weeks. So after, up until 5 weeks, they're cool. They're with their litter, their mom,
right, they're with
whatever.
their mom and whatever. Right.
And then 5 to 12 weeks, as they're learning about who they are and how
right.
they.
That's when you usually see them squabbling with each other. They're on top. They're growling. They're doing all of these things that, when they get older, most people would say of being assertive, dominant, and aggressive. But these are traits that they're learning to hone in on their skills for survival, but they don't really need them because they don't have to hunt for their food. But it's still ingrained within them to do it. So it's what we will originally say a dog is playing, but they're really trying to determine who is more dominant than the other, who has these different types of skills different from each other, and then they will use these skills as they grow up. That's why play is so important between two dogs. Even though they're challenging each other, it's teaching them how to socialize with the hierarchy within the pack.
So what happens then when we take puppies away from their litter at 7 or 8 weeks old?
Okay. The mistake that human beings have when they take their puppies away too soon, they try to become friends with the puppy. In other words, they try to do what another puppy would do with them during the fear imprint period, and that's the playing, the wrestling, the tug of war, and things like that. But what they don't understand is simply because the dog is challenging the other dog, they are actually challenging us. So we're teaching them to be assertive and dominant with the human being. But we think that it's play. That's the mistake that we make.
Okay, and then after 12 weeks is now the socialization period. So in nature, what happens with that? Or what does that mean? Just speak about that.
Well, I don't think there's a problem in nature with that, but when they're living with the human beings and we start into the socialization period, we come in with the toys. These toys bring out the prey drive within the dog. The prey drive is where we generally have the problems. I think that dogs should be raised to be therapy dogs, social dogs, dogs that we can take everywhere, dogs that are okay with rabbits and cats and other dogs and birds and animals that live within our world. We should teach them to be social, you see? But if we play these games thinking that we're making a dog happy, we're actually making them neurotic, because the games are not real. They're playing with things that are inanimate. They don't have anything to do with the stomach. They're not satisfying the stomach. So this is usually generally where we get in trouble.